Shaft-mounted drives are widely used in industry for some very good reasons. Application flexibility, initial economy, reduced foundation and installation expense, ease of service. Yet shaft-mounted drive installations have always come with certain problems. Excessive drive belt loads can damage high-speed bearings. Undetected oil leaks can cause gearbox failures. Marginal designs often make for a short working life. Replacement units and parts may not be readily available. But of all shaft-mounted drive problems, none is more likely to generate downtime and inflate repair costs than a fretted, corroded, or frozen shaft connection. A frozen original straight bore connection may be all but impossible to release. And even single flange taper or twin taper connections can shear fasteners or break flanges, making it necessary to sledge them off. The cost of such repair, in terms of delayed production and damaged equipment, not to mention frayed tempers, can be high. But now, you can have an economical, high-performance, shaft-mounted drive with proven reliability and field-tested, easy-on, easy-off convenience. Falk's new 4th-generation Quadrive combines traditional Falk durability with an innovative torque assist taper bushing that offers the easiest to use, nearest to foolproof shaft connection available today. The heart of Falk's new Quadrive shaft mounting system is Falk's unique TA taper. All ductile iron and center relieve, the Falk TA torque assist taper is fitted to the unit output side. When the threaded bushing nut, secured to the taper with a snap ring, is turned, it smoothly and evenly draws the bushing taper into the hollow shaft bore. When the nut is tightened, the TA taper provides a wobble-free shaft lock, even on worn shafting. With the bushing nut providing thread seal protection, Falk's TA taper inboard design permits close mounting to reduce head shaft loads and allows closer belt positioning to extend high-speed bearing life. Important operational benefits that other bushing types cannot match. But the real superiority of Falk's field-proven TA taper bushing is best demonstrated by how it simplifies quadrive removal, even after years of tough-duty service. In most cases, simply backing off the bushing nut is all that is required to provide the necessary separating force on the bushing flange to force the taper bushing out of the hollow shaft taper bore. The drive can then be easily slid off the taper bushing and removed. And removing the taper bushing from the shaft for reinstallation later is simple and easy. Severely corroded or weathered applications like these are the real test of a taper bushing's design. Often the so-called designed-in removal methods offered by many manufacturers simply don't work. In many cases, a puller must be used, or the bushing must be broken in order to remove it. But if a Falk Quadrive should ever become so corroded or fretted to driven equipment that standard removal methods fail, Falk's optional TA removal tool provides a fail-safe removal solution. With the bushing nut locked in position, rotating the high-speed shaft makes use of the drive's built-in torque multiplier to provide the axial force necessary to loosen the nut and free the unit from the taper. With Quadrive, you get sure, positive drive removal every time without the risk of drive or bushing damage. Reinstallation of a Falk TA taper shaft mount Quadrive after repairs to driven equipment or for system upgrades is just as quick and easy. Designed to hold installation or reinstallation time and labor to a minimum, the TA taper can be used on short-driven shaft extensions and requires only bushing length engagement. To install, simply mount the TA taper bushing and key to the driven shaft. Only minimum clearance at the bearing is required. coat the hollow bore threads with anti-seize compound, align the keyway, and position the unit on the taper. Now, engage the bushing threads until the taper is seated, and tighten one additional half turn. Lock the set screw, and that's it. Falk's screw conveyor quadrives are also designed for easy installation and removal. Tapered and center relieved, the drive shaft mates with the low-speed hollow shaft and is held in place by a thrust plate. When removal is necessary, a removal bolt replaces the thrust plate bolt. Once the removal bolt has been tightened, a few raps with a mallet will loosen the drive shaft. Falk's new Quadrive 4000J shaft-mounted drives are typical Falk in design, engineering, and manufacture. Quadrive parts and components are precision machined in dedicated manufacturing cells. And, where others have cut corners, Falk has opted for features that ensure trouble-free operation. Big, heavy-duty bearings provide exceptional load capacity. A severe-duty seal, standard on all Quadrive units at the high-speed shaft, keeps oil in and dirt out. A grease barrier traps contaminants and can be purged when head shaft bearings are greased. And the low-speed shaft is capped to protect the hollow bore. Falk Quadrive high-hardness, surface-finished helical gears have larger teeth and a wider face, provide a minimum 120% strength rating, and are held in alignment by rigid, accurately cast or fabricated housings. Assembled and tested to rigorous process control standards, Falk's new Quadrives are volume manufactured to optimize both production economy and performance satisfaction. Ideal for new installations and readily interchangeable with most straight bore and taper bushed units for upgrades, Falk Quadrive units come in 11 different sizes with inch or metric bushing bores, capacities to 300 horsepower or 250 kilowatts, and output speeds from 5 to 350 RPM. Both horizontal and vertical mountings are available, along with flange and screw conveyor options. From a stock of basic drives and modular components, your local Falk distributor can assemble the Quadrive unit which will meet the specific needs of your particular application. Add a tie rod and a TA taper for a JR shaft-mounted drive. Use the integral mounting flange and the optional TA taper for JF flange mounting. Seal housing and drive shaft options in carbon or 316 stainless steel allow for conversion to JSC screw conveyor applications. Several different trough end seal options are also available. There are a host of accessories. The TA removal tool, equipoised motor mounts, backstops, cooling fans, vertical breathers, trough ends, V-belt guards. Falk Quadrives come complete with an owner's manual that includes parts identification, installation, service, and rebuild instructions. And, as a Falk Plus, all manufacturers' numbers for bearings and seals for local sourcing. Backed by Falk's worldwide sales network and supported by Falk's unmatched field service capabilities, your Falk distributor can supply a Falk Quadrive shaft mount unit assembled to your specifications when and where you need it. Whatever the application, standard or high capacity, a Falk packaged system, TA taper shaft mounted Quadrive, or a flange mounted or screw conveyor Quadrive will deliver the economy and the performance you've always demanded, plus the unique Falk easiest off convenience you've always looked for. Quadrive from Falk. Falk, a good name in industry.